Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jeff Nicholls. I'm really excited to have you here tonight. If you're here and you know me, you know that rarely do I get super excited about anything before really looking into it. And tonight I've got just a cool program I want to tell you about. And really what I'm going to do is turn it over to somebody who knows a lot about it. And he's an old friend. I've known him, goodness, almost 20 years. I've worked with him. Let me tell you, this is a gentleman who really knows the industry. He's been around. He's been very successful, a multi-million-dollar earner. In fact, in the last couple of years, he has been the top in his company. And he found this, took a look at it, and honestly, it just makes amazing sense. And for him to not step away, but for him to really step into and really promote this is a big thing. And I trust him, and I trust his thoughts. We've talked about it a bit, and I couldn't be happier to be here with him. So without any further ado, what I want to do is turn it over to Mr. Tony Rush. Tony, are you there?
I am back. I actually got disconnected for just a moment. Can you hear me okay?
I can, absolutely.
Oh, very good. Hey, well, thank you. I totally missed your intro, by the way. If anything, I think the glitch I just had happen illustrates that you do not have to be a computer genius to make a lot of money in this business. So, like right at the moment you said, welcome everybody, I pushed the wrong button and my whole browser just crashed. So I'm back. What did you say? Did you say good things about me?
I did. I said I've known you for a long time, that you're a really smart guy. You make a bunch of money and they need to listen to you.
Did you say anything about how good looking I am?
That was right before the really smart.
No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. And I'm excited to be here tonight. And welcome to everybody. As you can tell, we've gotten things off in a bit of a casual way, which I hope is comfortable for you. It's definitely how Jeff and I like to work. Neither one of us wore our suits and ties tonight, but we do. We have a lot of fun. But one thing that we are very serious about is making money and living a lifestyle of freedom. So, with no further ado, let me just kind of give you a little bit of a. I don't want to spend a lot of time on a personal introduction here. I will say that Jeff and I have known each other for years. I think I met Jeff for the first time in 1996. He and I were working in a company together. I think we met in Dallas, Texas. Jeff was living in Houston at the time. I knew nothing. When I say nothing, I mean nothing about this industry or about this profession of making money from home. Jeff was not my upline. He was not connected to me in the business in any way, and yet he put up with 1,000 rookie questions from me, and actually, in all seriousness, Jeff is probably one of the most knowledgeable people in the world about this profession of network marketing, internet marketing, the home business industry in general. So it's been a pleasure to know Jeff all these years. We've traveled the world together. 2 weeks in South Africa. We've been around the Caribbean. We've done I don't know how many conventions and conferences together, and I'm very excited that Jeff's working with us on this project. So just to give you a quick snapshot, you all qualified to be here. I'll take just a moment to qualify for your time. I got into this profession just like most people. Saw people making money online, saw people making money from home. This is, I won't say before the internet, but it was certainly a long time ago. Saw people making money from home, needed to do that myself, wasn't too crazy about the idea of working at a job for the rest of my life. Tried a lot of things. Some things worked, some things didn't. Probably around the early 2001 or so, I kind of got some things figured out, and found myself going from zero to, $8,000 or $10,000 a month in personal income, 15,000, 60,000. Anyway, the last couple of years, Jessica, my wife, and I, and our 3 sons, we live in Dothan, Alabama. Last couple of years, we've averaged over $1 million a year working from home on the internet. And I'll be very candid. I say no to everything. I've been very focused on the business that we were doing, and the project that we are engaged in right now that I'm so excited about, that we're going to be talking about this evening, is the only thing that I have seen in 3 years that caused me to shift my focus from a 7-figure business that I already had to doing this, because I believe that this is something that may be the simplest, safest, and fastest way for the average person to really get where they want to go in terms of financial freedom. So let me ask you a question, and I don't spend a lot of time on intro stuff, but I do want to ask you one question that kind of got my head in the right place for learning how to make money. And several years ago, I was on a webinar kind of like this one, and somebody asked me, they said, what would change about your life if your annual income suddenly became your monthly income? And that's an interesting question, isn't it? Your annual income, like if the 15th of this month you were going to get paid everything you got paid all last year, knowing that in 30 days you were going to get it again. And I remember the first time I heard that question, it was such a, it really shifted my mindset about what's possible. And the answer is different for everybody. Maybe you'd get a different car. Maybe you would quit your job, pay off your bills. Maybe you'd move into out of an apartment into a house, or out of your house into a dream house. Well, I don't know how to do a lot of things, but I know how to do that. And I am committed that at the end of our conversation here, you're going to know how to do it too. So with no further ado, let's jump into how this came about and what the opportunity is for you to work with Jeff and Nick on this project. About 6 weeks ago, I got a phone call from a friend of mine who said, Tony, I've got something that you need to look at. And this is the guy who called me is the first guy that I ever knew that was making over $150,000 a month. And I knew that it was not like him to show things lightly, and I knew that if he was doing something that had prompted him to pick up the phone, then it was probably something I need to look at too. At the same time, I'm fairly skeptical. And I spent the first 30 minutes trying to poke holes in it. And just to be candid, the longer I looked, the better it looked. And I continued kind of doing my due diligence. I actually got on a plane last month and flew to the United Arab Emirates in Dubai. My wife and I stayed in the tallest building of the world, is where we had our meeting with the founder and the CEO of the company. Got a chance to sit down with these folks and have been completely amazed at what they have put together. An 11-year-old company. They've got a 10-and-a-half-year-old company, 11 million customers already, about 30,000 distributors, and chances are you've never heard of them before. Matter of fact, let me just open up a screen share here, and let's see if I can. I'm going to just introduce you to a couple of things here on the website. Let's see. See if I can show my screen. Can you see my screen okay?
I can.
Jeff? All right. Good deal. Name of the company is Doobly. And like I said, it's an 11-year-old company, 10-and-a-half years or so, founded in Denmark. The company's home office is in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and they've got offices in Berlin. They've also got an office in Dubai, which is where I met the founders. And Doobly is doing something that has simply never been done before in terms of internet marketing. As you know, internet marketing and online shopping is a global trend today. So Doobly is doing something a little bit different from most network marketing and MLM businesses, in that it's not about you trying to get people to buy something that they've never heard of. And let me clarify what I mean by that. Pick any company that you can think of in the home business industry, whether it's one of the juice companies or a vitamin company or a legal company or prescription cards, internet services, makeup, skincare, anti-aging, you name it. There's literally hundreds of companies, and a lot of them have fantastic products, but they all have the same thing in common, which is they are trying to get Bob or Jane to purchase something that they probably have never heard of before, and to get them to make a buying decision that's different from what they normally do. Okay? And this is where what Doobly's doing is a little bit different, because Doobly is about helping people get cash back on money that they're already spending. Now, what do I mean by that? And I'll come back to this screen in just a moment. Here's what I mean. The average person in our society today, I'll give you an example. A few weeks ago, I needed to buy a new television set. So my wife called and she said, hey, we run a nonprofit organization here in our city. She said, hey, we need a new TV in one of the classrooms. And so I said, okay, well, I'll buy it at bestbuy.com, and I will just, I'll go by the store tomorrow and pick it up. And so, long story short, I went over to Best Buy. I didn't. It was a product that I was going to buy anyway, right? I didn't go to some special store. I didn't do anything different. But because of Doobly, when I went over to bestbuy.com, I bought this television set, and I got a $62 cash back that I would not have otherwise gotten. Picture it this way, and I'm going to show you actually what this looks like in action if I can get my a little bit of trouble here. Hang on one moment for me. Let's see if I can get my my browser pulled up here, other than the one that I'm using. All right, we're going to use Safari. I can't get my Firefox to work. So Doobly, in terms of what they're doing, they've partnered with over 4,000 stores around the world. These are top-tier retailers. So these are people that you already have heard of. People like Best Buy, Gap, Sears, Target, Pier 1, Walmart, Sam's Club, Macy's, Ralph Lauren. I mean, you just name it. I mean, these are top-tier companies around the world. And here's what basically they do. If you look here, let me see. I'll just use Best Buy because that was the example I gave just a moment ago. You see where it says Best Buy? Well, if you look just under it, you see you can get cash back, or your customers can get cash back. A free member can get 1% cash back. A premium member, which is about $5 a month to be a member of the premium membership, they get 5% cash back. And the VIP member gets 7% cash back. The VIP membership is $99 a year, so it's about 30 cents a day. So this is what happened to me. I went to Best Buy using the Doobly membership service, and I got 7% cash back on my purchase. Now and we're going to talk about the business opportunity in just a moment, but the important thing to understand is what Doobly is doing in the world of online shopping has just never been quite done this way before, because the two big hassles, and I'll be honest with you, I told John this when John called me to tell me about this business. He said, it's a cashback program. It's called Doobly. And I said, I don't know, man, cashback, these cashback things, I mean, one of the reasons that a couple of companies have tried in the past, but they didn't have the stores. And they kind of you had to always change stores. And you and I know this. People don't like to change stores. Ladies, if you are buying your makeup from Sephora or Ulta, you don't want to have to go and buy it somewhere else in order to get a discount or a cashback. You want to buy what you want to buy from the place you want to buy it. Just like me in that television set. I wasn't going to go to Bob's TV store. I wanted to go to bestbuy.com, which is what I did. And what Doobly has brought to the table in terms of that allows you and I to, and here's the important part, we're going to spend the balance of our time pretty much talking about this, allows you and I as entrepreneurs to earn a piece of that cash back. So picture if you've got thousands of customers, free customers, like it doesn't cost them anything to join, and they can upgrade if they choose to. But picture what it would be like to have, say, 1,000 customers using the Doobly service to save 5%, 7%, 10%, 19% on everything from booking hotels, cars, buying flowers online, buying skincare, makeup, television, electronics, Apple computers, you name it. Every time that they shop online, your opportunity to earn a piece of that transaction. I'm going to see if I can work out my browser here in just a moment. Jeff, let me turn it over to you real quickly and let you kind of give your take on this. Talk about the global trend and the opportunity to take advantage of where money is already flowing as opposed to trying to get money to go in a new direction.
Well, the statistics are there. I mean, we're talking about, over $1 trillion in sales online. People are buying online more and more. We're seeing it continue to climb. In fact, the online sales versus the in-store sales just continue to get greater. And what excites me about the whole process is, I just take the little county that I'm in, and I look at the Chamber of Commerce. About 600-700 people in that chamber. Let's say 500 of them are small businesses. Every day, those folks are buying from Office Depot. They're buying ink and toner and paper and all of those things. And then every family out there is making purchases. I see this as something that literally every single small business person, every person out there needs. And we're really giving them a benefit. And the neat thing about the whole idea here of the cashback program is that year after year after year, we don't have to hope that they keep buying our whatever it is that our product is. As you said, they're already buying it, and we're just simply giving them an opportunity to get cash back. And we all, in this economy, we all want to make sure that we get the best bang for the buck. And the power to Doobly is that it does that. And the exciting thing is it's going to continue doing that. I look at where we stand today, and right now we're focusing on really, really growing a team of marketers, growing this amazing number of people that are building and developing this business. But to me, the exciting thing is as that continues to grow, as more and more people hear about Doobly, and those people tell their friends, and those people tell their friends, and so on, outside of what we do, it will continue to grow, which means that the volume going through Doobly, the amount of money that people save, and in turn, the amount of money that we're paid continues to grow. I just set pencil to paper and said, if I went out and found, 10 or 15 folks that went out and just went crazy telling people about it, and it grew just a little bit, I started looking at the numbers and what the potential was for just, $3, $4, $5 a month per person, which is on the low end of the numbers we're looking at. I've heard dramatically more than that, but I love conservative figures. The potential here for month after month, year after year income is absolutely staggering. And again, going back to Tony's point, this is something that people are doing anyway. You have the ability to earn massive amounts of money, really not changing people's way of doing business, not changing what they do. This is what they're doing already.
It's powerful stuff. I've actually got 2 computers running here. I am high tech, Jeff. I am high tech. I'm running 2 computers at the same time, which, given my ability to walk and chew gum at the same time, might or might not be impressive. I don't know. But I'm going to let me show you my screen over here, and let's see if I can mute. All right. Can you see my screen now?
I can.
Okay. So this is what Doobly looks like. I've had a little bit of a technical glitch here. It's kind of put me off. But if you'll notice, let me go ahead and cover something really quick, so that way we can cover this part of it. Do you see here where it says Spark? Can you see that, Jeff?
Yes.
All right. Cool. The reason it says Spark Theater Company is Doobly actually also allows companies and nonprofits to private label their product. And I wanted to just explain why you don't see a Doobly logo there like you did a moment ago. On this computer is actually cookied, so that every time I come to Doobly.com here, it's actually going to be crediting any purchases I make get credited to our local nonprofit theater company, which is a pretty cool feature. We'll talk about that briefly in just a few minutes as far as how you can benefit from offering this service to companies as well as nonprofits like churches or theater groups, children's programs. But now that I'm over here on this computer, I can show you something a little differently than I was able to do on my laptop. So a moment ago, guys, I was showing you what it looks like in terms of the shopping mall. It's everything you can imagine. If you look here on the left-hand side, you can see books, music, movies, clothing, apparel, department stores, flowers, gifts, furniture, health and beauty, home and garden. These are stores that most people are already very, very familiar with. One of the interesting things about the cashback phenomenon, though, is, and Jeff and I were laughing about this before the webinar, I've been in rewards programs before where I just forget I'm in them. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but I was with a Capital One rewards card one time, and I just totally forgot that I was in a rewards program, and I wound up buying stuff sometimes that I didn't get a discount on because I wasn't using the super special secret link, right? Well, let me show you how Doobly has gotten around this. Check this out. In addition to being able to come into the shopping mall and to buy directly through the Doobly membership, there's also, and let me see if I can show you this in a, let me see if I can zoom this in. I can't really zoom it very well, but if you can see where my mouse is moving at the top of the screen, just underneath the upper corner, you see there's right there, there's a little toolbar, a little button, and it's got a red dot on it. And that's the Doobly toolbar. It's a free little tool that you install on your computer. And check out what happens. This is what happened for me. I went over to bestbuy.com to buy that television, and I totally forgot about Doobly. I completely forgot about it. But check out what happened. Doobly didn't forget about me. When I got to Doobly, when I got to Best Buy, at the top of the screen, watch what happens. It opens up and it says, get up to 7% cash back as a registered Doobly member. And all I had to do was push that button. I'll log in here. And as soon as it logs me in, I hit the activate cashback button, and the little toolbar up here is going to turn green. And there it goes. Cashback is active. Any purchase I make in this session, I'm going to automatically get 7% cash back. And if you were my sponsor, if you were the person who introduced me to Doobly, you would actually make a percentage of whatever I spend right now. It's really cool. I'll show you, I can show you lots of examples, but let's do this, because I think this is the part, Jeff, that excited me as much as anything. Because not everybody goes directly to Best Buy. Not everybody goes directly to Sephora. What if I don't know where I want to buy something? So let me just go over to Google for a moment. And let's say I'm looking for Nike. I'll hit enter. I want you to watch carefully at what happens here. When I type in Nike shoes, I want you to notice a few of these spots right here. Check this out. Can you see down here, right here, you see the picture of the black shoe and the colored sole? Come down a couple of spots. You can see my mouse moving here. You see it says Nike Store, shop the official Nike store for shoes? Right underneath of that, you see this little rectangle that says up to 8.5% cash back. When I hover my mouse over it, it actually is showing me my Doobly cashback discount right here in the Google search results. Guys, this is huge technology. The guy who actually designed this actually was the head programmer at Bing. He wrote the Microsoft Bing search algorithms. He's the guy who designed this for Doobly. So that right in the search results, I can see Nike's given 8.5% cash back. Here's Foot Locker's given 9.2% cash back. There's another Foot Locker. Here's Sports Check. That's 11.2%. So I can actually shop right here as a customer. I can shop from right here and see, okay, well, it looks like my best deal is to go over here to Sports Check because they're giving me the most cash back. Let's say if I were to type in, I don't know, let's type, what's something else, Jeff? What's something off the top of your head? Notebooks, I don't know. Laptops and see what we see here. Yeah. And I'm just kind of, you can tell I've never done this before. Okay, well, look. Yeah, all right, so here's, I've never looked for laptops. The very first thing I see here is that Samsung, they're giving 7.3% cash back right in the Google results. Here's Dell, 7.3, Best Buy again at 7. And check it out, even over here in the ad section, I can see here's Ackerman giving 15.7%. Guys, this has never been done before. This kind of technology that allows somebody to actually put savings and cash back right in the Google search results. So all somebody has to do is hover over it. They can either hit go to store. They can see right here, by the way, if I'm a free member, I'm going to get 1.3%. If I'm a premium member, let me blow that up a little bit. If I'm a premium member, I'm going to get 5.3%. And a VIP, I'll get 7.3%. So I can say, well, if I'm not a VIP member yet, I can just click this link that says upgrade membership. So here we've got, and I can keep going, but you guys are getting the point. We've got a product that basically gives people money. It's the product everybody wants more of. They don't have to change stores. They don't have to buy anything special that they weren't already going to buy. All they have to do is buy what they were going to buy anyway, from the store they were going to buy it from anyway, at the price they were going to pay anyway, and they get cash back. And as an entrepreneur, and this is what we're going to talk about next, as an entrepreneur, you and I have the opportunity to get a piece of that. Jeff, that's what's exciting to me. I'm going to switch back to other computers, so if I can turn this over to you for just a moment. What was your take when you saw this in action for the first time?
Well, again, like you, I saw it to be really, really powerful. And the exciting thing to me was that, you know, this is something that people will use because of the toolbar. You know, they're not going to forget, and they'll use it over and over. We all want to save money. They're going to use it over and over and over again. And again, I go back to my example of all those business people out there that you know, all the families that you know, all those people saving massive amounts of money. Just imagine, you know, hundreds, thousands, potentially tens of thousands of people out there saving that kind of money. And then what you're going to talk about in a minute is, and you getting, in addition to that, a percentage of all of that savings. And that's really where things start to get interesting, because you're doing a great service for an awful lot of people, but you're creating a huge potential income for yourself as well.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I've never seen a product that kind of fit all the check marks, if you will. And here's the thing, I've made millions of dollars selling stuff that nobody ever heard of before. So I'm not saying, you know, the industry of you know, trying to sell somebody this cup of tea, and they didn't know about this cup of tea 30 minutes ago. I've made millions of dollars selling something to people that they didn't know existed 30 minutes ago. But it's an easier, softer way when you can ride a horse in the direction it's already going. Okay, that's a cowboy joke, by the way, because my buddy Jeff is from Texas. But seriously, I think it was Warner Earhart who said, hey, it's much easier to ride the horse in the direction that it's already going. And that's what we're able to do here with Doobly, because we've got people, millions and millions of people. While we've been talking here, literally millions of dollars have been spent online. Can you imagine what your bank account can look like when you've got a piece of those customers, just a few, just a percentage, just a fraction of those people, eager to save money on their online shopping this holiday season? Can you imagine what it would be like to have 1,000 customers on Black Friday or Cyber Monday, with all of them with those little toolbars installed and all of them happy? I'll be honest with you, when John told me about this, I had just missed the window for back-to-school shopping. And I was kicking myself because I was thinking, I could not have gotten involved in this sooner. But man, wouldn't it have been awesome to have been able to get a piece of that back-to-school shopping online? All the notebooks, all the school supplies, all the clothing, the tablets, the laptops, the e-readers, the iPods, the shuffles, the iPads. I mean, how many billions of dollars were spent in just a few weeks, just in America alone? And my opportunity to have earned a piece of that, it was so exciting that I realized, you know what, that's nothing compared to what it's going to be like in the last 30 days of this year. So we're most definitely in the right place at the right time. Let me let's see if my computer's going to cooperate. I'm back on the laptop now. Let me see if I can pull up let me show you guys DooblyNetwork.com, Doobly.com, which is the customer side, what we call the customer side of things. And while that's coming up, let me illustrate things this way as well. Can you still see my screen, Jeff?
Yes, I can.
All righty. So when you think about Doobly, I want you to think about it in terms of, we have what we call two sides of the business, guys. We have basically what we call the customer side is over here. And then we've got the business side over here. Now, for you and I and Jeff and anybody who's interested in making money, all of this is important because the entrepreneur is interested in both sides, okay? But over here on this side, what we're looking at is free memberships, premium memberships, and VIP memberships, okay? Pardon my handwriting, you can tell I went to medical school. This one is the most popular. About 80% of these customers upgrade to this, okay? And here's the scoop. You earn, as a business associate in the company, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment, you earn 25% of their cash back, okay? Now, I'm not going to draw out a bunch of different examples tonight. You guys are smart. You guys can get your head around this without me drawing it out. Picture what your bank account can look like. Take, for example, take me. I went and bought the television set. If you had been the one to introduce me to Doobly.com and I bought that television set and I went and purchased that, I got $62 cash back. You would have picked up a $15 commission. Now, you might be thinking the same thing I was thinking. As an entrepreneur, I'll be honest, when I saw that $62 cash back after buying that television that day, I saw that $62 in my account the next day, and the first thing that hit my brain was, and I'm going to say this, and guys, I don't mean this to sound arrogant, I just want to make a larger point. Okay, $62 is not going to change my life. It's not. But as an entrepreneur, as a business-minded person, my jaw dropped. My head started spinning because I realized how many millions of people will buy televisions this year and would love to get a $62 cash back, and I can earn a $15 commission when that happens. Guys, it is staggering. The amount of money to be made here is absolutely staggering. So let me show you. I'm going to erase this for now. Now, I will at least do this. The business side over here is where you come in as what we call a business associate. Okay, and we're going to show you how to introduce the business opportunity to others. Well, that looks like a standard network marketing diagram if there ever was one. The only thing missing is that I should be drawing on the back of a napkin, Jeff. But we're going to show you how to actually not only earn money on this side here, but we're also going to show you how to earn money by building a team over here on the business associate side where you can earn commissions of anywhere from $100 every time you bring somebody in all the way up to $600. And there's some really special things that I don't want to mention just yet, but I will show you at the end of this presentation something that when they showed me, it pretty much sealed the deal for me, because I've never seen a company willing to reward its business associates the way this one is. So I'll leave you with that small teaser there for just a moment. In the meantime, though, before we get into the rest of this, let me show you real quickly about Doobly Network. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. You know, a lot of these webinars, Jeff, and you've seen them. You know, they'll tell you everything about what color the walls are painted down at the home office and how many square feet are in the company warehouse and one thing and another. I think mostly people just want to know that it's being run by credible, real people who are experts at what they do. Michael Hansen is our founder. This guy, he basically got his start in business working for the Lego company. You guys are familiar with Legos. He worked for Lego. He actually was over the division that created the space Lego line, which eventually became the Star Wars Legos. You may have some of those in your house. I know I do. Um, Board of directors. Here's Blas Garcia Morris. He founded Microsoft Latin America. He was the #5 guy at Microsoft for several years. Lester Rosenkrantz is a Wall Street expert, financer, president of Cameron Associates. This rather intense looking fellow here is he's on the board of directors as well. He was over a Catalina lighting company. He's actually serving currently as executive vice president of Consolidated Water. These are billionaires, guys. These are millionaires and billionaires. This gentleman here that I already told you about, Michael Hansen, he got his start at Lego. He very quickly got into real estate development. He's most recently been working in real estate development in Dubai, Palm Island, if you're familiar with that. You may have seen the Burj Al Arab Hotel or the Burj Khalifa, tallest building in the world. This is his playground. This is where he's doing a lot, hundreds of millions of dollars a year in real estate development. And it was encouraging to me to meet a person of this caliber. As far as I know, it was the first billionaire I'd ever shaken hands with. But it was nice also to see that there's people with deep pockets running it, and there's people with a lot of credibility, people with a lot of accolades, people who know business. This isn't being run by a bunch of people out of their basement. Okay, this is not being run by some guy out of his mom's spare bedroom. This is a real company that's being led by real people. Let me, I got a couple of directions I can go here, and to be honest, Jeff, I don't really want to get into a big diagram tonight about, hey, come in at this level, and so, a lot of these webinars, they always include, a lot of jargon about team leaders and team coordinators, and then sales directors and vice presidents and things like this. What I would like to do, though, I'm going to turn it over to you for just a moment. What I'd like to do is let me offer a quick income disclaimer. What I'm about to show you is real. It is a real-time snapshot of my business. We're just getting started. I'm very, very excited at what we've managed to achieve so far. But rather than get into a bunch of slides that have a million different percentages and it shows, well, if you're a sales director and you've got this many team coordinators and this many percentages here, then this. Let me just show you what the business looks like from my perspective. And you can extrapolate from that what it can look like for you if you're willing to put in a similar amount of time and effort and commitment to doing what Jeff and I have been doing for the last few weeks. So, Jeff, I'm going to pull that up in another window real quick. I'm going to turn this over to you now for the moment.
Fantastic. Yeah, the point I want to make is that when you're talking about the cash back and when you talk about what's available here, you really have two sides of the coin. Tony talked a little bit about that earlier, but what I realized when I began to look at this was, they're paying out a nice percentage on all of that cash back. And when you look at Las Vegas, for instance, Las Vegas works and people make billions, trillions of dollars in Vegas. The big corporations, there's a reason that you have all that neon there. And it works because they're making a fraction of a percent or 1% on massive amounts of transactions. So they don't need to make a lot of money per every time you sit down at the blackjack table. They're making a percentage, a small percentage on an awful lot. And we're making a much larger percentage on what could potentially be massive amounts of money. So the customer side potential is huge. And on top of that, as people begin to see the power here of this, building the network, building that team of entrepreneurs that are going to be the people that bring this to the world. Look, the top folks in the industry really just heard about this and started really working on it, 6-8 weeks ago maybe, Tony? I mean, there have been people that have been in this, but when we're talking about the people that really know what they're talking about, the people that have put together the program that we're working under, these people have really been just putting it together. They don't have the slick marketing materials out there yet. They don't have, you're doing webinars like this. And so you're here at a perfect time. You're here really at the beginning of something that could be absolutely massive. And again, will go on for years and years and years. I'm going to kick it back to you, Tony.
Jeff, that probably cannot be overstated. this is all very. This has been amazing. We haven't really even launched yet. This actual team, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the team that you'll be participating in when you work with Jeff and I in this. The team that you're working with is we affectionately call it WooCar, and I'll explain what that means. But yeah, we're 6-7 weeks in. We actually everything that's been driving the organization right now has really just been the natural enthusiasm of people like Jeff and I, who are willing to sit down and get in front of a camera and talk to a few entrepreneurs to say, here's what we're doing. We actually don't officially launch until we have an event in San Diego. By the way, if you're interested in coming to an event, we have an event in San Diego first week of November, and that I suppose will be our first official launch. But even so, in the last 6 weeks, we have grown this team to over 3,000 people, over $4 million in sales, and guys, I can't say this any more candidly than I'm going to. I've got people who've never made any money doing anything in any business they've ever been in, who have come in here and followed our system and invited a few guests to these webinars, and they're having $300 days and $500 days, $1,000 days. We've got a gentleman in South Africa named Lawrence who I believe he's got somewhere north of 300 people on his team already. His income last month was over $50,000, and this was his first month in the business. Now, I'm a stickler for compliance, so we're going to be looking at real world numbers here in just a moment. So I want to go ahead and state for the record, this is not a guarantee of your results. Your results in this business are going to be a reflection of what you do, the time and energy, your commitment to success, your level of coachability. Are you following the system? So this is not an implied guarantee that, if I made $30,000 so far this month, that you're going to make $30,000. This is just an example and a demonstration of what's possible. With that said, these are real world numbers. So let me share my screen once more. And let's look over here real quickly. This is a live shot. Let me refresh the screen here. So I'm in my Doobly Network back office. Let me show you my organization first. And let me do this in a way where I can see if I can protect a little bit of privacy. I don't want to show too many names if I can avoid it. Jeff, can you see just a little pop-up light box there?
Yes.
Okay. Let me zoom that in a little bit. So here's an example, guys. I'm what's called a sales director. So I've got two more ranks in the company, and I'm at the top of the pay plan in about 6 weeks. In total, I've got 112 people on my front line that I've personally enrolled. But I want you to take a look at this. This is the important number, okay? This is the important number that I can offer you. Check this out right here. You see that? You see that number, guys, compared to the number above it? Let me do a little math here. 628 people divided by 112. Guys, that is a duplication ratio of almost 6 to 1. It is 6 to 1. It's over 6 to 1. In a team that's less than 2 months old. Now, guys, I'll be totally candid. I've never seen that in my life. I've been in this profession since 1996. I'm telling my age a little bit. I have never before had so many people on my team making money. In a lot of these companies, and maybe you guys have had this experience if you've ever been involved in any kind of a home business before, I'm sure this is not your first rodeo for many of you. In a lot of cases, a producer goes into a company and builds a very wide and shallow organization where you've got a top producer who's capable of going in and enrolling 100 people in 6 weeks. But what are those people doing? Are they producing? Are they getting results? Are they using a system that allows them to duplicate what their upline's doing? And I mean, nothing beats documentation, guys. 628 people total in my team, and I've only brought in 112 of them. I say only. I mean, that's not, those are not bad numbers. But look, I want you to look at the duplication here too. Check this out. You've got people coming in at the team member level here and advancing right up the ranks. You see this? This is impressive. This is more people at the, look at this. There's more people at this advanced level here than at the lower level. Isn't that remarkable? Here you've got over 10% of the people, and I know this TC doesn't mean anything to you yet. It's basically it just basically indicates that these people have made somewhere around $2,500 or so in the business. So here's over 10% of these people have reached this level. Over 10% of these people have reached the first level of leadership called sales director, which is where I am. And I've already got one person in my and I love this, Jeff. I love to see somebody outdo me. I love that. This guy called me up. He's a vice president. And I'm probably about 4 days from being a vice president myself. But this guy was like, "Hey man, I hope you didn't mind. Man, I am so stoked when anybody on my team kicks my butt, because that is just a testament to how simple of a system that we've created here. It's not a reflection on anything except the fact that that guy was willing to go out and do the work, and he brought home the results. And it's not about the fact that I've had more success in the past than he has, or maybe I've been in the industry longer. This guy just came in here, head down, blinders on, and made it happen. And I think that's remarkable. So it's a level playing field. I mean, these kinds of numbers are absolutely staggering in a mature organization. The ratios are incredible. But in an organization that's less than 2 months old, it's nearly unheard of. Okay, let me see if I can show you. And again, rather than get into, I'm actually going to show you my earnings here. I'm mostly doing it because I want you to just see a picture of what okay, so this is for the month of October. This also does not include any bonuses. For instance, we've got a bonus. I'll show you this on the front page. I'll come back. There's a bonus that doesn't show up here until about the 6th day of next month. Here, this bonus, let's see if I get my pen out here. So this bonus right here, okay, it means it's empty. You see how this one has got is lit up 1/3 of the way. When I sign up another TM, it'll light up another 1/3 of the way, and then when you do another one, it'll complete itself and go empty. So every 3rd sale, if I sign up 2 more of these, I get a $2,100 bonus. Okay, and then here I have already completed this cycle 6 times, because I've got 18 people signed up this month at the team leader accelerator level. So that's 18 sales. So I am currently at, that'd be 9,000 for that one. Ignore this. That 10,500 is a target. So that would happen if I brought in 3 more people. So right now there's 9,000 there. That is 1,800 there. So that's there's about $11,000 in bonuses that are not reflected over here in the earnings yet. So I'll show you what the earnings look like. And again, this is not anything except so there's, what was it, 11,000 there. We've actually done 21,000 or so in commissions. So that's 30-something thousand, and it's the 12th day of the month. So we're on track to have a 6-figure month this month. The way the commissions look, and I'm going to once again try to preserve a little bit of privacy here, but like, here's what they look like, guys. Check this out. You've got, this is on the 12th, okay? The 12th, the 12th, the 12th, the 12th, 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 12th day of the month, 12th day, 12th, 12th, off the screen. So this is stuff going on in my downline. Okay, There's $60 we earned sometime. Most of this came in around lunchtime, oddly. I don't know why. But there's $60, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 151 there. There was a 356 right there. That was a nice one. So these things add up. So when I showed you a moment ago, when I showed you what I meant by duplication, none of this is stuff I've done. This is not anything that I brought in personally. This is commissions that I've picked up from people in my group. Okay. Now this one here, I'll give you an example. This one right here, that is a sale of mine. As a sales director, when somebody comes in at the team leader accelerator level, which I'm about to explain, I get a $475 commission. Jeff, that was more money than I used to make. $475. When I used to be the assistant manager at a bookstore, I made $250 a week net. No, that was gross. Gross was $250 a week. I was the assistant manager. This was back in the 90s when you and I first met. So I was making $1,000 a month. So there's more money in one commission right there than I used to earn in 2 weeks. Now granted, that's a lot different economy back in the 90s. But even today, there's a lot of people who would have to work for a week to earn $475. And that's just one commission. So pretty cool. Let me show you what last month looked like. And again, this is just to give you a demonstration of what's possible. That was this month. So last month we did, and this will have bonuses figured in, so we don't have to do a bunch of different pages. So like last month we had promotions. That's that rolling bonus I showed you guys a minute ago. Okay, where it says promotions. That's what that was. When I was showing you the little thermostats, every third sale you get a bonus. That's what that was. So this shows up about the 6th day of the month. So we earned $50,350 in bonuses last month, and our regular commission from our efforts and downline, the commissions we earned from our team, was $43,000. So that wound up being a little over $93,000 for our first calendar month in the business. Now that's monster. I don't mind telling you, I was pinching myself. Jeff, I don't mean to sound like I'm playing that cool. I was pinching myself the whole month because I knew this was going to work. I had no idea it was going to work this well. And the thing that actually was most impressive to me was, I mean, we all came here for the money. So let's be honest. I was really excited about the money. What blew me away, though, Jeff, was the number of people that were making money on my team. And you've got some experience with this. You and I have known each other for, I guess, close to 20 years now. What's your experience building a team? What you want it to be like this, but more often than not, it's the duplication, the ratios are not really what we want to see. And what comes up for you when you look at numbers like particularly the front line as compared to the growth?
Well, I mean, the numbers don't lie. You can look at anybody in the Direct Selling Association, and what you see across the board is that you have a small number of people that make the vast majority of the income, and then everybody else. I mean, you normally when you look at the spread, there are people that make $20 a year or $30 a year, or that there's usually half the people make almost nothing. And what you're talking about here, I mean, certainly none of these people that you're talking about made close to 100,000 as you did, or some of them very possibly could have made pretty darn close to that, but pretty much a huge number of people making more money than a lot of folks out there that are going to work 40 hours a week. It takes, with most organizations, it takes you bringing in a lot of people who bring in a lot of people who bring in a lot of people. You've got to build a pretty big organization to create $500 in income. 400 and whatever, let's close to $500 in income. So this is extraordinary. And the thing is that this is not just 1 month. I mean, next month is going to be a repeat, and next month is going to be a repeat, and so on.
Yeah, it was pretty staggering. The last 2.5 years, I've been working in a pay plan that's kind of, I don't want to say it's eat what you kill, but it's a little bit of that. It's very much a direct sales model. A lot of one-time purchases Whereas here, there's a level of leverage here that I just have not seen in a lot of pay plans. So it's very exciting. Hey guys, I see that we are coming up on an hour, and you can probably tell by Jeff and I's demeanor tonight. I have unlimited energy for this. I could go all night. But guys, let me share this with you. And I might not would say this out loud in front of a lot of people, but I will say this to you guys tonight, because I know that the only folks that Jeff really intimate group, and I'm fine if it gets broadcasted out, but I've looked at a lot of pay plans, and one of the things that struck me, and this was after I joined, one of the things that struck me is what our team is doing is so well suited for success in this pay plan that I almost think that maybe Doobly doesn't quite know what to do with us. And I'm not saying this to invalidate anybody who came into the company before we arrived, but we have got the people in our team are people who know how to move large numbers of people. For instance, when you get started after this webinar, when you get started, you're going to have access to traffic rotators. Traffic rotator is basically where our team is going to be doing marketing on your behalf. So just by being a member of our team and working in our team, you're going to have the opportunity to actually have some of the top marketers in the world, people like myself, John Lavinia, Jeff, Nick, Matt Trainer, Tarlise Rideau. You're going to have these people marketing on your behalf, so that you actually have the opportunity not to just get paid because you're a great marketer, but the ability to get paid because of great marketers building something for you. And when I say that, in a way, I kind of wonder if Doobly quite knows what to do with us. There are some things about the pay plan that I looked at when I came here, and I said, there's this great bonus that you can get. And they've got the amount of time they allow you to get the bonus is just so ridiculous. It's I remember when I signed up, when I became a team coordinator, that basically means you're a team leader, okay? Stay with me. You're a team leader who's brought in 3 team leader accelerators. That's all it means. You're a person who got started and brought in 3 people, okay? I remember when I got that, I did that in like 2 days because of a webinar like this one. You can invite guests to a webinar like this one, and we'll do all the convincing and persuading and presenting for you, right? You don't have to do one-on-one presentations. We've got a whole marketing system here that allows you to just direct your guests to a presentation. They do all the presenting and explaining. The person gets started, you get paid. So I had 3 people get started in the first day or 2, and I got this little badge of honor in the members area that said, congratulations, you became a team coordinator in less than 4 months. And I was like, they're giving out awards for doing that in 4 months. We're going to crush this, So I'd like to show you, Jeff. Can I show a short video? It's 2 minutes, but and you've seen it. Okay, so and I realize this is sort of a non-conventional conversation tonight. We're kind of this is more like inviting you to come over to mine and Jeff's houses, respectively, and just kind of hang out and talk honestly, straight talk tonight. So this is not what a normal presentation looks like, but since we're kind of casual and laid back tonight, let me show you this. Because when I saw this, top of my head nearly came off. The top rank in this company is called a senior vice president, which I know doesn't mean anything to you yet, but trust me when I say I'm 2 levels from being that rank already, and it's 6 weeks in the business. The guy on my team that I showed you that I said he was outrunning me in the pay plan, he hit it in something like 3 or 4 weeks, I think. Anyway, when you become a vice president in the company, they give you 30 months to do this, okay? I'm 2 ranks away in 6 weeks. When I saw this, I told my sponsor, I said, this can't be right. And I'll tell you what I'm talking about. You know how a lot of companies will give you a car, or they got a car program, they'll let you go lease a car, and then they'll send you a car payment every month to cover. They have these little. A lot of companies have these little programs where you can get a car or something, a piece of lifestyle, something, an incentive, something nice for you to enjoy and to display to others. It's a reward for your achievement. Well, Doobly doesn't have a car program. Doobly will give you, if you hit the vice president rank and you do it in 2.5 years, they will give you the title, okay, not a timeshare, not a lease. They will give you the title to a 4,500 square foot beach villa and the property it's sitting on the north side of Grand Cayman in the Caribbean. Short version, the company owns a golf resort called the Doobly Beach and Golf Resort, or Golf and Beach Resort, and it's in the Cayman Islands, south of Florida, down in the Eastern Caribbean. Jeff, I think you've been there. Me and Jessica's gone. It's one of the most naturally beautiful parts of the world. And by hitting this rank and doing it in 2.5 years, they give you to do this, you get a mansion. You get a 4,500 square foot beach house in this resort. Let me show you what this looks like. I'm gonna share my screen one last time here.
Doobly Network, the largest e-commerce direct selling company in the world, is pleased to invite you to one of the world's most desired treasures, Grand Cayman. Welcome to an alluring and exclusive destination, rich in natural wonders and magnificent beaches. Up to 60 feet above sea level, situated in the unspoiled waters of the Caribbean, Grand Cayman is a true tropical paradise, known for its brilliant coral reefs, underwater seaways, and numerous shipwrecks. Grand Cayman is the ideal spot for fishing, snorkeling, and deep sea diving, as well as more adventurous sports like jet skiing and kite surfing. The lush surroundings and spectacular sea view attract high-profile celebrities and millionaires from around the world. With no taxes, Grand Cayman is truly a heavenly retreat from the bustling world, which will seem far away. The captivating attractions of this secluded island kingdom are crowned by the gated community, Doobly Golf and Beach Resort, an elite residential oasis created exclusively for the vice presidents and senior vice presidents of Doobly Network. Located at the north side of the island, in an area known as Millionaire's Row, just a short walk from the famous Rose Point, these luxurious condos and villas are offering first-class facilities and many homes with fairway views to our private golf course. With private beach access, the white powder, soft sand, and turquoise water is only footsteps away. Doobly Golf and Beach Resort represents the most privileged lifestyle possible on one of the world's most desired destinations. As a valued member of the prestigious Doobly Network, you can enjoy the unique and picturesque delights of Grand Cayman from the comforts of your private gated Doobly Golf and Beach Resort getaway. Join today to learn how you can get your luxurious getaway.
Tell you, I'm just every time I'm Jeff, have you ever seen a company? It's like they're just throwing money at us. Have you ever seen a company that's doing so much for the distributors?
I haven't, and I've never seen a company that has number one. I mean, you've already covered it. That NASDAQ. I mean, we're not talking about somebody that started this thing out of a garage. We're talking about a major player that has something that is going to last for a massive long time, and the potential here all the way up to the top, and every time I see that video I have to snicker a little bit. I mean, oh my gosh, I mean, are you kidding me? But just what we've got here. Not only do we have, the company in place, we've got the leadership in place. I mean, you, Tony, and the folks that we have that have put these together. I mean, if you look at the who's who of that we've got here, major people when it comes to SEO and online. The potential here is huge, and the one point that I think that everybody needs to understand is that Tony has always been one of the reasons that I've always enjoyed, and this is honestly the first time Tony and I have actually worked as truly partners. Well, we've worked together and helped each other over the years, and we've kept in contact, but this is the first time. And I picked up the phone and I called him when I heard about this, and I said, Tony, tell me if straight, is this thing what I'm looking at? Is this truly what we have here? And the thing that I like about working with Tony is that he is a person that really makes sure that everybody has access to all the amazing things, and you're going to have access to all the tools, not only the corporate tools, but the kind of tools that this team puts together. And we're going to make sure that you have access to webinars that you can personalize. So we're going to make sure that you have all the tools so that you don't have to recreate the wheel. It's there for you. And Tony, I know you're going to cover some stuff coming when it comes to that, so I'm going to leave it to you.
Yeah. Well, and we're actually coming in for a landing here. Once again, we're got a little bit of a late start with some technical stuff, but let me cover these last two things, and I think you guys will be pleased with this. Jeff, one of the things that I always ask, especially when I was frustrated and trying to figure out which end was up in this business of making money from home, the question was, will somebody help me? Okay, it looks good, it looks great, I see the potential, I'm excited, I like what I see, but can I do it? Will somebody help me? If I have a question, will somebody answer? Is it one of those things? We've probably all had too many of those experiences where, I've had that situation, Jeff, where you sign up with somebody and you can't find them the next day. I guess they got abducted by aliens or something. But one of the things that we are completely committed to is support. It is a crucial element of any successful organization. The last company I was in built an organization over $1 million a year, and it was largely done because we were committed to providing world-class support and training. So in addition to everything you get from Doobly, when you get started after this webinar tonight, you're going to have access to our official team website, which, as you can see here, it's new members here, first steps, read this first. There's all kinds of information. Here's how to join our Google group. Here's how to become your own VIP customer, how to get your links, how to find your tell a friend customer link. It's basically ABC 1, 2, 3. You go through every one of these steps and your business is up and running. We have basic training on Doobly itself, and I'm over here on the left-hand columns. Doobly, social media, paid traffic. We have advanced training on each of these things. Here's our traffic rotator I mentioned. I'm not going to get too deep into this, but it's the opportunity to just assist with some of the tasks that we have available for you, and you can earn credits in our traffic rotator just by pitching in and doing some very, very basic support stuff here that helps everybody. So it's a fantastic opportunity to whatever your skill set is, if it's doing webinars, if it's answering support questions, if it's making little videos online or whatever, there's a dashboard here where you can actually you get rewarded with sales and customers in your, not traffic, but you're actually getting sales and customers in your business for pitching in and helping. So it's not something you have to do, but it's certainly an opportunity there for you to get rewarded for lending your skill set to the team, which certainly enriches and profits everybody. So, and of course, we've got a support portal. So if you ever have a question, you can't get a hold of Jeff or you can't get a hold of me, then you're going to be able to come over here to our support section. Lots of Q&A, lots of frequently asked questions already here. And then, of course, if something's not listed, you can just open a quick support ticket. So Doobly, and this is all separate from Doobly. This is our team. We have a full-time support staff. Our team is actually an incorporation. It's actually a corporation with a board of directors. Again, even our team is not something being run out of board of directors and is a legal entity. Everything we do is above board and transparent, and it's made and designed for your maximum profit and benefit. We really want this to be the absolute best opportunity that you've ever had in any home business. So let me show you how to get started, and it's really simple. You already see at the bottom of the screen underneath this video, you should see a button that will allow you to get started tonight. Don't click it just now. I think it will open in a new page, but just in case it doesn't, I don't want you to leave the webinar just yet. But when you click that button, you're going to be coded to the person who invited you to this webinar. Okay, so most likely one of the Nicholls brothers, because this is a private this is a private webinar just for this portion of our team. And so it's pretty standard. You know, you're signing up in Doobly Network. You fill out all the basic personal information, name, address, phone number. If you want to sign up in a company name, you can, and you'll need a federal tax ID number to do that, or you can just use your social security number. And let's talk about, there's two different ways to come in. Let me show you what these are real quickly. All right, here, if you'll see where it says package, you've got a couple of options here. I'm going to draw a line between them. This is the extent of my artistic ability. Okay, so there's this top portion, okay, and I'm going to cross these out. This platinum, you don't need that, and you don't need this elite, okay? Those are actually for people who want to go approach businesses, and it's like corporate sales type stuff. So really you're looking at this one here or this one here. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell you this is the one you want right here. The Team Leader Accelerator package is $24.75, and here's what that gets you. It gets you, well, first of all, you come into the pay plan at a slightly higher rank, but what you get is you get a bundle. You get a bundle of 100 one-month vouchers for promotional purposes. Okay, you can give those away to promote your start earning commissions on people's cash back. You also get a bundle of 15 one-year VIP vouchers. You can sell those. The retail value is $99 each. So if you sold all of those, there's $1,500 you earn back right away. You can do that if you choose to. You're going to use one of them for yourself. You want to become a VIP customer yourself. I sent one to my sister, you know, so you can do with these as you want to. You get those. You get the certification. This is important. We won't talk about it tonight, but you get the certification for the partner program. If you remember about a half hour ago, I showed you that website of Doobly that had the Spark Theater Company logo on it. That is your ability to sign up businesses and nonprofit organizations as partners. In that situation, the partner is going to earn the commission on their members' cash back, but you also get a big override on that. So even though Spark Theater Company, in that example, is getting a big commission, Tony and Jessica Rush, we still earn a commission on all those members as well because we're the ones that signed up that partner. So this certification is what allows you to do that. Okay, and then also you get access to our traffic rotators that we talked about, and you also get access to Matt Trainer's $15,000 internet marketing workshop. That's not an inflated figure. When Matt Trainer taught this last time, he actually charged $15,000 per seat, and I'm wanting to say he had something like 30 or 40 people that came. Matt is the #1 traffic expert in the SEO industry. Don't want to spend a lot of time talking about that tonight, but the point is he's a master, and he's the one that's setting up all of our rotators. So in addition to the rotators themselves, you're actually going to learn how to market that way yourself. Okay? So what I would recommend, if you're ready to get started tonight, I recommend you come in at the Team Leader Accelerator level. That gives you everything that I just notated out there. You also can come in at this level. Okay? This would be $99 for the business license, and then you need to choose one of these $495 packages. I would recommend the second one here that gives you 10 VIP memberships. If you're coming in as a team member, you're not going to earn the higher commissions. You don't get access to all the rotators, the partner program, the $15,000 training, but it is an option. So you can come in at this option, which is $595, and you can also upgrade from there if you need to. Or the ideal situation is to come in as a team leader accelerator, which is $2,475. Either way, and this is the important part, and this I'll close with this and turn it back over to Jeff. There's no bad decision here. We've spent a fair amount of time explaining our personal perspectives on what it means to be a part of an industry. You've seen some real-world results. I'll tell you candidly, I don't think I've done anything in the last 6 weeks that any committed, serious person couldn't do or learn how to do. It's a level playing field. So if you're serious about making a six-figure, multiple six-figure, seven-figure income, I think this is the best opportunity for the average person to hit the ground running, to work with highly productive people who have a track record of honesty and integrity, and work in a pay plan that will finally pay you what you deserve. So I would say your finest decision tonight would be to click the link down below. Get started at one of those packages, either the Team Leader Accelerator or the Team Member package. Jeff will be sending you, or whoever invited you here will send you over some fast start instructions that give you access to all of our team resources. I will say this. In the world of business, I have been in the right place at the right time twice. Okay? I could say 3 times in my life. One was when I met my wife, right place, right time. The other 2 times, when it comes to business, I found myself at a place where everything was lined up the way it needed to be. The first time, I went from $0 to $60,000 a month in less than 6 months. Really, my first big success in this industry. And I spent the next several years traveling around the world to places like Rome and Barcelona and Puerto Rico and Canada and you name it, doing conferences and teaching people how to do what I do. It was one of the most rewarding experiences I ever had. I thought it couldn't get any better. And then suddenly, about 3 years ago, I found myself, for the second time in my life, in the right place at the right time. And I went from 0 to over $100,000 a month in less than a year, and stayed there. This feels 100 times better than either one of those. This is, if you've ever said to yourself, I sure wish I could get in the right place at the right time, I can tell you, as someone who's made millions of dollars in this industry, this is what it feels like. To be in a company that's committed to your success and willing to pay out the kind of money they're paying out, to provide all the systems and the support and the product that people want. It's if I did not believe this was an 8-figure income, I wouldn't be here. I really wouldn't, because I was already having a nice, multiple 7-figure experience elsewhere. I'm here because I believe that this is the finest opportunity available today. So I look forward to working with you. Jeff can tell you, and you can probably tell for yourself, we're just regular people. We've figured a few things out about how to make money. We've at least figured that part of our life out. And it's something that once you learn how to do it is not nearly as difficult as a lot of people have made it out to be. So I, for one, am very excited that you came to spend the time with us that you have. I'm going to let Jeff close. But certainly after you get started, make sure you get my contact information from Jeff. That way, if you ever need to get a hold of me, you'll have access to me as well. And I look forward to working with you. Jeff, I'm going to turn it over to you. And let me say again, man, thanks so much for inviting me. I am thrilled that you and I are running together on this project. I cannot wait to see what some of the folks tonight create after seeing what you and I saw a few weeks ago. So I'll turn it over to you, man.
Thanks, Tony. I really appreciate it. And I really can't say it much better than that. What I can tell you is that if we could plug into Tony's head and really see what he sees. I've been around this industry for a long time. I've looked at a lot of compensation plans. and this thing has all the pieces together like nothing I've ever seen. The product mix, everything is just there. All I can say is if we could plug in and really understand what this thing is, I think you'd chase people down the street and tackle them to get to really let them know what exactly this is. You will not sleep at night when you begin to put pencil to paper and begin to understand what we're talking about here. You will begin to see something that most people honestly don't understand until you really get into it. And so I'm excited. I don't want to belabor the point. We've been here a long time. All I would say is, as Tony said, just that link below, just focus on starting and getting things up and running as quickly as possible. I would say that follow our lead. We've got, again, the webinars. We've got all the pieces in place for you. I can assure you we're going to be with you every step of the way. Tony offering to be in contact with you is an amazing thing. To have him as a partner is thrilling. And so, guys, I am looking forward to working with each and every one of you. If you have any questions, get a hold of me. But let's make this thing fly. It's going to be an awful lot of fun, and we're going to have fun for a long time. So, guys, with that, I'm going to let you go. Tony, thank you so very much, and we'll see you guys very soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.